اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل نعرہ تکبیر اللہ نعرہ رسالت یا رسول اللہ نعرہ حیدری حسینیت حسینیت یزیدیت یزیدیت لبیک یا رسول اللہ لبیک یا رسول اللہ لبیک یا حسین لبیک یا حسین بر محمد و اہل بیت محمد صلوات اللہم صلی علی محمد و آل محمد وعجل. In the name of Almighty Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful, Allah shower His mercy on Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his progeny. Now I would like to invite Brother Ali Zadeh for the recitation of Holy Book of Quran. Bar Muhammad wa Ahl Bayt Muhammad Salawat.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم. Dear brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, and Eid Mubarak for everyone. Eid Mubarak, inshallah. I want to recite a few ayah of Quran Majid from because I had started from Surah Yasin. Now this is the continuation of Surah Yasin in order to be finished, inshallah, tonight, okay? And I request all brothers and sisters that could you please say loud salawat? Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إن أصحاب الجنة اليوم في شغل فاكهون هم وأزواجهم في ظلال على الأرائك متكئون لهم فيها فاكهة ولهم ما يدعون سلام قولا من رب رحيم سلام قولا من رب رحيم. وامتازوا اليوم أيها المجرمون ألم أعهد إليكم يا بني آدم ألا تعبدوا الشيطان إنه لكم عدو مبين وأن اعبدوني هذا صراط مستقيم ولقد أضل منكم جبلا كثيرا أفلم تكونوا تعقلون هذه جهنم التي كنتم توعدون اصلوها اليوم بما كنتم تكفرون اليوم نختم على أفواههم وتكلمنا أيديهم وتشهد أرجلهم بما كانوا يكسبون ولو نشاء لطمسنا على أعينهم فاستبقوا الصراط فأنى يبصرون ولو نشاء لمسخناهم على مكانتهم فما استطاعوا مضيا ولا يرجعون ومن نعمره ننكسه في الخلق أفلا يعقلون وما علمناه الشعر وما ينبغي له إن هو إلا ذكر وقرآن مبين لينذر من كان حيا ويحق القول على الكافرين أولم يروا أنا خلقنا لهم مما عملت أيدينا أنعاما فهم لها مالكون وذللناها لهم فمنها ركوبهم ومنها يأكلون ولهم فيها منافع ومشارب أفلا يشكرون واتخذوا من دون الله آلهة لعلهم ينصرون لا يستطيعون نصرهم وهم لهم جند محضرون فلا يحزنك قولهم إنا نعلم ما يسرون وما يعلنون أولم ير الإنسان أنا خلقناه من نطفة فإذا هو خصيم مبين وضرب لنا مثلا ونسي خلقه قال من يحيي العظام وهي رميم قل يحييها الذي أنشأها أول مرة وهو بكل خلق عليم الذي جعل لكم من الشجر الأخضر نارا فإذا أنتم منه توقدون أوليس الذي خلق السماوات والأرض بقادر على أن يخلق مثلهم بلى وهو الخلاق العليم إنما أمره إذا أراد شيئا أن يقول له كن فيكون فسبحان الذي بيده ملكوت كل شيء وإليه ترجعون صدق الله العلي العظيم ربنا اغفر لي ولوالدي وللمؤمنين يوم يقوم الحساب برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين صلوات اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد جزاك الله brother جزاك الله بار دیگر صلوات اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم. We are commemorating and celebrating the birth anniversary of our beloved Prophet Muhammad Mustafa s.a.w. and 6th Imam Jarri Sadiq ﷺ. Muhammad wa Ali Muhammad. Today is the 4th Majlis Milad in the series of 5 Majalis, and 2 days specific with Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, and Moulana will talk about the seerah of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, inshallah. Let's talk about the early life of Prophet Muhammad ﷺ. His name was Muhammad ﷺ. Salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. He was the last prophet of Allah. He was born 70th Rabiul Awwal in the city of Makkah. His father died before he was born, and mother died in early age. First, he was raised by his grandfather, and then by his beloved uncle Hazrat Abu Talib alayhi salatu wassalam. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajal. Hazrat Abu Talib was the father of Ali ibn Abi Talib alayhi salatu wassalam. Abu Talib loved Muhammad more than his son. He gave the special status to him in his house. The society where our Prophet brought up, not an ideal society, they were ignorant and idol worshippers. They fight each other on every ordinary things. In this early teens, Muhammad has been working for his uncle Abu Talib alayhi salam. He takes the camel caravan to other countries for business. Muhammad earned a reputation as a honest, sincere. He was called Sadiq and Amin, mean truthful and trustworthy. In age 20, Muhammad started working for the wealthy woman merchant named Hatija bint Huwailid salamullah alayha. She was called Malikatul Arab, richest woman in the Arabs. Hazrat Hatija already listened about Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Now she have experience to work with him. He found him very sincere and trustworthy. Soon he became attracted to this young man, a beautiful man and trustworthy man. She proposed him. He talked to him, to his uncle Abu Talib. Abu Talib replied yes. Then he accepted the proposal of Janabi Hatijatul Kubra salamullah alayha. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum. Hazrat Abu Talib recited Nikah sermon in his marriage ceremony. Hazrat Abu Talib started sermon with the praise of Allah. Praise to be Allah who has made us of the progeny of Ibrahim and Ismail. And then he said, my nephew Muhammad bin Abdullah is not compared with any man unless he will be preferred to him in honors, nobility and virtue. Hazrat Hatija was the first wife. He never married while he was married with Janabi Hatijatul Kubra. He has only one daughter from Hazrat Sayyida Fatimatul Zahra. This daughter was Salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. This daughter was from his first wife Janabi Hatijatul Kubra. Fatima got married to his cousin Imam Ali alayhi salam and got 2 sons and 2 daughters named Hassan and Hussain and Zainab and Kulsum. This is the family of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Our heartiest congratulations on the birth of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam to our Imam of time, Imam al-Hujjah alayhi salam, to all our Ahlul Bayt, especially Mu'mineen of Saskatoon, Bar Muhammad o Ahl Bayt Muhammad salawat. نعت کے چند اشعار. حالت نے کچھ اس طرح سے اتارے ہیں محمد، حالت نے کچھ اس طرح سے اتارے ہیں محمد، ہر دور میں ہر شخص کو پیارے ہیں محمد. اکثر در زہرا پہ یہ جبریل نے سوچا، اکثر در زہرا پہ یہ جبریل نے سوچا، پیغام کس کو دوں یہ تو سارے ہیں محمد. بر محمد و اہل بیت محمد صلوات. Now I would like to invite Brother Haider Abbas to recite Naat Rasul Maqbool bar Muhammad wa Ahl Bayt Muhammad Salawat.
بڑے دیگر صلوات. Before Midhat Rasul Pak sallallahu alaihi wasallam, somebody shared with me, and I like it, and I would like to share with everybody here. جب کبھی مدحت سرکار سنایا کرنا، جب کبھی مدحت سرکار سنایا کرنا، کس نے پالا ہے محمد کو بتایا کرنا. جناب ابو طالب کی شان میں، ان کی شان کی، ان کے درجات کی بلندی کے لیے ایک صلوات بھیجیے. اللہم صلی علی محمد. مولانا صاحب یہاں موجود ہیں کہ جو اس بات کو ہم سے زیادہ ان کا مطالعہ اور سمجھتے ہیں کہ جو لوگ حیرت ان کے مطالعے پر اور ان کی معلومات پر ہوتی ہے کہ جب وہ کہتے ہیں کہ ابو سفیان نے تو اسلام قبول کر لیا تھا، اس کو برا نہ کہنا. لیکن وہ لوگ بتاتے ہیں کہ وہ کس نسل سے ہیں، اور وہ محسن کش بھی ہیں اور احسان فراموش بھی ہیں، لیکن ہم نہیں ہیں. صلوات بھیجیے گا. میں تو پنجتن کا غلام ہوں، میں تو پنجتن کا غلام پنجتن کا غلام ہوں، میں تو پنجتن کا غلام ہوں. مجھے عشق ہے تو خدا سے ہے، مجھے عشق ہے تو رسول سے، یہ کرم ہے سارا بطول کا، میرے منہ سے آئے مہک صدا، جو میں نام لوں تیرا جھوم کے، میں تو پنجتن کا غلام ہوں، میں تو پنجتن کا غلام ہوں. مجھے عشق سر و چمن سے ہے، مجھے عشق سارے چمن سے ہے، مجھے عشق ان کے وطن سے ہے، مجھے عشق ان کی گلی سے ہے، مجھے عشق ہے تو علی سے ہے، مجھے عشق ہے تو حسن سے ہے، مجھے عشق ہے تو حسین سے، مجھے عشق شاہ زمن سے ہے، میں تو پنجتن کا غلام ہوں، میں تو پنجتن کا غلام ہوں. ہوا کیسے تن سے وہ سر جدا، جہاں عشق ہو وہیں کربلا، میری بات انہی کی بات ہے، میرے سامنے وہی ذات ہے، وہی جن کو شیر خدا کہیں، جنہیں باب صلی اللہ کہیں، وہی جن کو آل نبی کہیں، وہی جن کو ذات علی کہیں، وہی پختہ ہے، میں تو خام ہوں، میں تو پنجتن کا غلام ہوں، میں تو پنجتن کا غلام. اللہم محمد چل فرض. میں کمر ہوں شاعر بے نوا، میری حیثیت بھلا ہے کیا، وہ ہے بادشاہوں کے بادشاہ، میں ہوں ان کے در کا بس ایک گدا، میرا پنجتن سے ہے واسطہ، میرا نسبتوں کا ہے سلسلہ، میں فقیر خیر الانام ہوں، میں تو پنجتن کا غلام ہوں، میں تو پنجتن کا غلام ہوں. رسول محمد و آل محمد صلوات.
جزاک اللہ جزاک اللہ. بار دیگر صلوات. اللہم صلی علی محمد و آل محمد وعجل فرجہم. موسیٰ نقوی کے چند اشعار کے ساتھ جناب ختم مرتبت رسول اللہ صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم کی شان میں، چہرہ ہے کہ انوار دو عالم کا صحیفہ، آنکھیں ہیں کہ بحرین تقدس کے نگی ہیں، ماتا ہے کہ وحدت کی تجلی کا ورق ہے، عارض ہیں کہ والفجر کی آیت کی امی ہیں، گیسو ہیں کہ واللیل کے بکھرے ہوئے سائے، ابرو ہیں کہ کوسین شب قدر کھلے ہیں، گردن ہے کہ برفر کے زمین اوج سریا، لب صورت یاقوت شعاؤں میں ڈلے ہیں، قد ہے کہ نبوت کے حد و حال کا معیار، بازو ہیں کہ توحید کی عظمت کے علم ہیں، سینہ ہے کہ رمز دل ہستی کا حزینہ، پلکیں ہیں کہ الفاظ روح لوح و قلم ہیں، باتیں ہیں کہ طوبا کی چٹکتی ہوئی کلیاں، لہجہ ہے کہ یزداں کی زباں بول رہا ہے، خطبے ہیں کہ ساون کے امڑتے ہوئے بادل، قرآت ہے کہ اسرار جہاں کھول رہی ہے، یہ دان یہ شہرازہ شبنم کے تراشے، یاقوت کی وادی میں دمکتے ہوئے ہیرے، انگلی کا اشارہ تھا کہ تقدیر کی ضربت، مہتاب کے ٹکڑے تیرے قدموں پہ گرے ہیں، کہنے کو تو فاقوں پہ گزری تیری راتیں، اسلام مگر اب بھی نمک خوار ہے تیرا، کہنے کو تیرا فقر تیرے فخر کا باعث، لیکن تو صحابت کے سمندر کا کنارہ، کہنے کو تیرے سر پہ ہے دستار یتیمی، کہنے کو تیرے سر پہ ہے دستار یتیمی، لیکن تو زمانے کے یتیموں کا سہارا، بر محمد و اہل بیت محمد صلوات، صلی علی محمد آل محمد وعجل فرج. Now I would like to invite Brother Satarsha to recite Naat Rasul Maqbool by Muhammad wa Ahl Bayt Muhammad Salawat.
اہلاً و سہلاً مرحبا یا حبیبی مرحبا، اہلاً و سہلاً مرحبا یا حبیبی مرحبا. میرا آقا آ گیا، میرا آقا آ گیا، میں بسم اللہ کراں، میرا آقا آ گیا، میں بسم اللہ کراں، میرا سونا آ گیا، میرا سونا آ گیا، میں بسم اللہ کراں، میرا آقا آ گیا، میں بسم اللہ کراں. اہلاً و سہلاً مرحبا یا حبیبی مرحبا مرحبا. اہلاً و سہلاً مرحبا یا حبیبی مرحبا. اما حلیمہ عید شگن مناندیے، اما آمنہ بھی چومو سینے نال لاندیے، سینے نال لاندیے. اما حلیمہ عید شگن مناندیے، اما آمنہ بھی چومو سینے نال لاندیے. سونا ویلا آ گیا، سونا ویلا آ گیا، میں بسم اللہ کراں، میرا آقا آ گیا، میں بسم اللہ کراں اہلاً و سہلاً مرحبا یا حبیبی یا حبیبی مرحبا اہلاً و سہلاً مرحبا یا حبیبی یا حبیبی مرحبا اللہم صلی علی محمد میرا آقا آیا تہانیرے مک گئے میرا آقا آیا تہانیرے مک گئے ہانیرے مک گئے سونے پھیرا پایا سارے چھیڑے مک گئے میرا آقا آیا تہانیرے مک گئے سونے پھیرا پایا سارے چھیڑے مک گئے سارے چھیڑے مک گئے میرا آقا آ گیا میں بسم اللہ کراں آہلاً و ساہلاً مرحبا یا حبیبی یا حبیبی مرحبا آہلاً و ساہلاً مرحبا یا حبیبی یا حبیبی مرحبا اج ساڈی بیڑی نوں کنارے مل گئے دکھیاں نوں آقا دے سہارے مل گئے اج ساڈی بیڑی نوں کنارے مل گئے دکھیاں نوں آقا دے سہارے مل گئے سہارے مل گئے سانو کنڈے لا گیا سانو کنڈے لا گیا میں بسم اللہ کراں میرا آقا آ گیا میں بسم اللہ کراں اہلاً و سہلاً مرحبا یا حبیبی یا حبیبی مرحبا اہلاً و سہلاً مرحبا یا حبیبی یا حبیبی مرحبا اساں آقا دا میلاد صادقہ منانا ہے اساں آقا دا میلاد صادقہ منانا ہے پڑھنا وناتا نالے سیرا اساں گانا ہے پڑھنا وناتا نالے سیرا اساں گانا ہے ساڈے ویڑے آ گیا ساڈے ویڑے آ گیا میں بسم اللہ کراں میرا آقا آ گیا میں بسم اللہ کراں آہلن و ساہلن مرحبا یا حبیبی یا حبیبی مرحبا آہلن و ساہلن مرحبا یا حبیبی یا حبیبی مرحبا مرحبا
اللہم صل علی محمد وآل Muhammad وعجل فرجہ. I would like to invite brother Waji Mustafa to recite Naat Rasul Maqbool bar Muhammad o Ahl Bayt Muhammad salawat.
بار دیگر صلوات. برائے خوشنودی امام زمان بلندتر صلوات. صلی اللہ علیہ یا رسول اللہ وسلم علیک یا حبیب اللہ پر محمد و آل محمد صلوات. رحمت کن نظر برحال زارم رحمت کن نظر برحال زارم یا رسول اللہ غریباں بے نوایم خاک سارم یا رسول اللہ غریباں بے نوایم خاک سارم یا رسول اللہ زداغ جر تو کہ دل فگارم یا رسول اللہ بہار صد چمن در سے ندارم یا رسول اللہ بہار صد چمن در سے ندارم یا رسول اللہ تو اے تسکین دل آرام میں جان صبر و قرار من تو اے تسکین دل آرام میں جان صبر و قرار من رخ پر نور جانے بے قرارم یا رسول اللہ رخ پر نور جانے بے قرارم یا رسول اللہ تو ہی مولا من آقا من والی جان من تو ہی مولا من آقا من والی جان من تو ہی دانے کے جز تو کس ندارم یا رسول اللہ تو اے دانے کے تو جز تو کس ندارم یا رسول اللہ اللہم صلی علی دم آخر نمائی جلوے دیدار جاں میرا دم آخر نمائی جلوے دیدار جاں میرا ز لطف تو ہمیں امیدوارم یا رسول اللہ بر محمد و آل محمد صلوات غلام حشر میں جب سید الورا کے چلے غلام حشر میں جب سید الورا کے چلے لیوائے حمد کے سائے میں سر اٹھا کے چلے غلام حشر میں اور وہ کا فقر سلیمان نثار ہو جس پر وہ اس کا حسن کے یوسف بھی منہ چھپا کے چلے وہ اس کا حسن کے یوسف بھی منہ چھپا کے چلے غلام حشر میں اور نصیر ان کے سوا کون ہے رسول ایسا نصیر ان کے سوا کون ہے رسول ایسا جو بخشوانے پہ آئے تو بخشوا کے چلے غلام حشر میں بر محمد و آل محمد صلی اللہ علیہ وسلم.
Jazakallah Baji, Jazakallah. Now I would like to invite Brother Ijaz Hashmi to recite Naat Rasul Maqbool bar Muhammad wa Ahl Bait Muhammad Salawat.
درود بر محمد و آل محمد. الإمام منفتو منم غلام علی ہزار جا نے گرامی فدائے نام علی ہزار جان گرامی فدائے نام علی. درود بر محمد و آل محمد صلی علی محمد و آل محمد وجل ورحم. انہیں سے چلی تھی خدا کی خدائی انہیں پہ خدائی کی حد ہو گئی ہے. انہیں سے چلی تھی خدا کی خدائی انہیں پہ خدائی کی حد ہو گئی ہے. دو عالم میں آل نبی ہیں کہ جن پر خدا شنائی کی حد ہو گئی ہے. دو عالم میں آل نبی ہیں کہ جن پر خدا شنائی کی حد ہو گئی ہے. کسی دم بھی سونا نہیں جس کو بھاتا اسے اس کا سونا کچھ ایسا ہے بھایا. ملی اس کی مرضی تو سونے کے بدلے رضائے خدا جبرائیل لے کے آیا. نبی بھی بچایا رضائیں بھی لے لیں علی کی کمائی کی حد ہو گئی ہے. نبی بھی بچایا رضائیں بھی لے لیں علی کی کمائی کی حد ہو گئی ہے. خدا و علی جانتے ہیں وہ منزل بلایا تھا احمد کو رب نے جہاں پر. چلا فرش سے سوئے عرش بری جب رکا قافلہ تیسرے آسماں پر. کہا پھر نبی نے کہ جبریل جاؤ تمہاری رسائی کی حد ہو گئی ہے. کہا پھر نبی نے کہ جبریل جاؤ تمہاری رسائی کی حد ہو گئی ہے. احد کی لڑائی ہو یا جنگ خیبر ہر ایک کو صفائی سے کاٹا ہے تو نے. تیری دفترس میں جو آیا ہے اس کو برابر کے حصوں میں بانٹا ہے تو نے. اے تیرے علی تیرے قربان جاؤں کہ تجھ پر صفائی کی حد ہو گئی ہے. اے تیرے علی تیرے قربان جاؤں کہ تجھ پر صفائی کی حد ہو گئی ہے. ہم آل محمد کے شیعہ ہیں لوگوں پتہ نہ ہے ہم کو یہ اپنے عمل سے. ہم آل محمد کے شیعہ ہیں لوگوں یہ ہم کو بتانا ہے اپنے عمل سے. ہم آل محمد کے شیعہ ہیں لوگوں بتانا ہے ہم کو یہ اپنے عمل سے. مگر ہم یہ افسوس سے دیکھتے ہیں خوشی کی محافل ہو یا غم کے موقع کہیں بے ردائی کی حد ہو گئی ہے کہیں خود نمائی کی حد ہو گئی ہے کہیں بے ردائی کی حد ہو گئی ہے کہیں خود نمائی کی حد ہو گئی ہے. انہی سے چلی تھی خدا کی خدائی انہی پہ خدائی کی حد ہو گئی ہے. دو عالم میں آل نبی ہیں کہ جن پر خدا شنائی کی حد ہو گئی ہے. درود بر محمد عالم.
Jazakallah, brother, Jazakallah. Now I would like to invite Brother Nader Shah to recite poem in the love of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Bulantar Salawat.
نهنى ونبارك بقية الله الأعظم الإمام الهادي المهدي المنتظر عجل الله تعالى فرجه الشريف والأمة الإسلامية جميعا وأنتم أيها المؤمنون والمؤمنات بمناسبة ذكرى ميلاد رسول الله الأعظم محمد مصطفى صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم وحفيده رئيس المذهب الإمام جعفر الصادق عليه الصلاة والسلام كل عام وأنتم ألف ألف بخير إن شاء الله. عيد مبارك. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وآله وسلموا تسليما بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم يا إنما يريد الله ليذهب إنما يريد الله ليذهب عنكم الرجس أهل بيت يطهركم تطهيرا بلغ الغلا بكماله بلغ الغلا بكماله كشف الدجى بجماله حسن الجميع خصاله صلوا عليه وآله يا أهل بيت الرسول الله حبكم يا أهل بيت الرسول الله حبكم فرض من الله فانزلوا في القرآن عظيم الشان إنكم عظيم القدر إنكم من لم يصلي عليكم لا صلاة له. صلوا على النبي. يا أهل بيت رسول الله حبكم فرضا من الله فأنزله في القرآن. عظيم الشان أنكم من لم يصلي عليكم لا صلاة له. صلوات. ولد الهدى في الكائنات ضياء، نور على نور، وفهم الزمان تبسم وثناء. الروح الملائك حوله. يا إلهي. للدين والدنيا به بشراء. والعرش يزهو والحزيرة تزدهي والمنتهى وسدرة العسماء. وحديقة الفرقان ضاحكة الرباع بالترجمان شزية غناء. والوحي يقتر سلسلا من سلسل واللوح والقلم بديع الرواء. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. در ربیعی شادمانی با خدا می نویسم شعر لبخند تو را، می نویسم با بهشتی از سرور، با قلم هایی که دارد رنگ نور. ای ربیع الاول، ای ربیع الاول، ای ربیع آرزوهایم سلام. برگ سبزی گفتگایم سلام. ذکر ما را با حضورت دم بده، مژدگانی های از جنس حضور، مژدگانی های ایام سرور. اول از مدحی تو می نوشم عسل، کوزه ای از دست کندوی ازل. من که بستی کو بسای سبز گنبد کی بهار، इस जा महकाती जाए सब्ज गुनबद की बहार हर तरफ अनवार है रोशन दरू दीवार है महरूम महको जमगाई सब्ज गुनबद की बहार रोज़ई शाही उमम के सामने है चांद मांद नूर तारो खाबड़ाई सब्ज गुनबद की बहार إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما
जज़ाकल्लाह ब्रदर जज़ाकल्लाह। नाराए तकबीर अल्लाहु अकबर, नाराए रिसालत या रसूल अल्लाह, नाराए हैदरी लब्बैक या रसूल अल्लाह, लब्बैक या रसूल अल्लाह, लब्बैक या हुसैन, लब्बैक या हुसैन बर मोहम्मद व अहले बैत मोहम्मद सलावत अल्लाहुम्मा सल्ली अला Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajhum. Topic today, Prophet Muhammad, the Prophet of 21st century. Now I would like to invite Brother Moulana Syed Jarri Haider to recite Majlis Milad tonight, but Muhammad wa Ahl Bayt Muhammad Salawat.
رحم الله من قرأ الفاتحة. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين، سيدنا ومولانا أبي القاسم محمد وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين المظلومين الغر الميامين، ولعنة الدائمة الباقية على أعدائهم أجمعين من الآن إلى يوم الدين. أما بعد، فقد قال الله سبحانه وتعالى في كتابه المبين: بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم: وما أرسلناك إلا كافة للناس بشيرا ونذيرا. صدق الله العلي العظيم. صلوات على محمد. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We ask Allah Almighty, by the intercession of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam, that Ya Allah, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad, that Ya Allah, please accept our supplication and hajats and the needs that we have regarding this world and the hereafter. Ya Allah, please forgive our marhumeen. Ya Allah, please hasten the dhuhur of Imam Sahibul Zaman. And Ya Allah, make us his companions and among his supporters and among his loved ones, inshallah. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. So inshallah, from today onwards, today and tomorrow, we will be discussing a topic that is regarding our last prophet and the master of every creature that possibly existed in this world and would exist in the hereafter and would exist till the day of judgment, the master of all, the master of the prophets, the master of the angels, the master of everyone existing in this world, Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wa alihi wa sallam. How huge his leadership was, how impactful his personality was, and how much he has done in few years that has changed the course of the history completely. If there is anyone that has the biggest impact in this world, it is Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wa alihi wasallam. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Are 2 majalises enough to cover this topic? Of course not. 20 2,000 majalises are enough? Of course not. Is this something that I'm saying out of my exaggeration, out of my love for this blessed personality? Of course not. It is something which I'm talking based on facts, right? People have written so much about this personality, so much has been written upon him, and people, one person has just written 35 volumes on Prophet Muhammad. Imagine one person writing 35 volumes just about the history of the Prophet, not about the other aspect of his life, just about who he was, what happened to his life, what were some of the wars that he went into, how was he martyred. Only these much details were covered in 35 volumes. Imagine if every aspect about his life is covered and every history book that is written about him is being covered. So imagine how many volumes could we cover just writing about himself. How much, right? So of course 2 majalises are not good enough. But still, as we say in Arabic, as they say, if you can't do it all, you should not leave it all too. You should try to cover as much as you can within these 2 majalises. So the topic that I selected, and especially for my youth, they pretty much have this idea that Islam and Prophet were for 1400 years back, they were for the people of that time, right? So obviously the rulings that they have, the impact that they have, the things that they taught were really relevant to the time that they came in. But today we are living in 21st century. How is the Prophet related to us in this 21st century? Right? It's a question that should come into the minds of every thinking person, right? So today, inshallah, I'm going to discuss a little bit about it, and tomorrow I would give a little bit more practical examples of it. So today, our lecture would be pretty much theoretical, and it will be pretty much covering the logical and theological aspect of the topic that I'm supposed to present. And tomorrow I would be presenting a little bit about the practical aspect of this topic, inshallah. So today, if we start the topic, there was a lady, go and search it, especially for my youth, if they can search it. The books are still available. Even in the thrift books you can go, even in Amazon you can go, even in different bookstores that you would go, you will probably find some of the books that she has written. Her name is Karen Armstrong, right? Karen Armstrong. I repeat it one more time, Karen Armstrong. Am I promoting her? No, of course not. I just want to mention about this personality, right? She was just like a normal Christian. She was born in November 14, 1944 in UK. So someone who has a historical English background. She didn't have any contact with Muslims. She didn't have any contact with Islam. The Christian was the predominant religion there. There was no internet. There were not many resources to know what Islam is, what are some of the teachings of Islam. So obviously she's born in a society where they had no introduction about Islam. So she started, and she was a Catholic. So she was basically from a really religious background, right? So when she got a little bit young, she joined the Catholic movement, right? So she joined a school that, even in Pakistan today you go. So the Catholic school are called what? The convent school, St. Michael Convent, right? St. Patrick Convent maybe, right? Likewise, whatever schools they have a specific name. So she joined one of the school in UK. There was a Catholic school. So she was there within that school for 7 years. 7 years. And some say she was a nun, right? So she was a nun, or she had a really deep affiliation with Catholic school of thought. As we know, within Christianity, like we have in Muslims, and Islam we have Sunnis and Shias, and we have different other sects, right? In Christianity, the predominant denomination is which denomination? Catholicism, right? Catholics, right? So even if you go today, you have public school, then you have Catholic schools, right? After Catholics, you have Protestants, and after Protestants, you have the people that are in Russia, the Ukrainian one, right? So you have different branches of Christianity that people follow, right? The people that follow the most brand of Christianity is what? Catholicism, right? So she was a Catholic, of course, right? So then slowly, she wanted to know more about God. Her journey started from here, right? She wanted to know more about God, and what she did was that she didn't get any good answers where she was studying. She didn't get any good answers where she was in Catholic school and the Catholic religious denomination that she was under. So she got really frustrated, and a time came in that she declared herself as agnostic, right? You know agnostics, the people, they don't believe in any religion, right? But she had this interest in reading about Quran, reading about different religions, reading about different people. So gradually, she started learning about Christianity more. She started learning about Judaism more. She started learning more about Islam. These three religions primarily are within one family, the family of Ibrahim alayhi salatu wassalam, right? So these all three are monotheists, right? Tawheed, Muwahid, right? So she started studying a little bit about these three religions, right? And a time came in that she did her master's from university in English literature. And then she became a professor teaching English, and a time came in that she was selected as the head of one of the school that belonged to the girls, right? So she was the principal there. Gradually, she started her career, and a time came in that she started making documentaries, right? She had documentaries about the Apostle Paul, right? Have you heard about him? Paul is the one that has written some of the book in New Testament. She had a documentary about Genesis. She had documentary about the conversations that we have. She had different kinds of documentaries that she made about the topic of religion. Right? So she started her career like this, and then slowly she started writing about the books about different religions, right? So first book or the first article that she wrote, she didn't have any positive view about Islam. The scholars say, the researchers say that when she started writing the first book, she actually supported Salman Rushdie in her writing. That Salman Rushdie wrote a book called Satanic Verses, right? So she was the one that supported Salman Rushdie in his conclusion. So imagine you're starting a journey where you are pretty much negative about Islam. You're supporting someone who is Islamic phobic, right? So she started her journey from here. And gradually she started and learned more about Islam. And a time came in that she wrote about Prophet Muhammad the first time. And when she wrote about Prophet Muhammad, she wrote that Prophet Muhammad was a great revivalist. Muslih. Muslih is one? Is the person that comes into a community and changes the community for better. That person is called what? Muslih, revivalist, right? So she used to think that Prophet at that time, the Prophet did a really hard work, and Prophet basically changed the whole society, and whatever he did was really good, and he fundamentally changed the people of that time, right? So this was her first introduction. And then she researched more, and finally she came to this conclusion that Prophet was not only a revivalist for his time, Prophet is the Prophet of this century too. So she wrote a book that's called Prophet Muhammad, the Prophet of our time. Right? So this was a basic introduction. So from her book, it's also translated into Arabic. It's called what? Nabiyyun li zamanina. The Prophet who's so applicable even for this time. So she said you should not even read Prophet just for the time he was there. Prophet was even relevant to today's world. Go and read her books. She's not a Muslim. She is not someone who believes in the message of Islam. She is still someone who is a non-Muslim. But imagine her conclusion after going through the history of the Prophet. You take good things from everyone. You had good teachings in Bible. You had good teaching in Old Testament. You had good teachings even in Vedas and all these books that these Sanatam Dharam, right? These Hindus and other people believe in. You have good teachings and everything, right? But imagine going off the record and off the track and saying that no, Prophet Muhammad was not only for the Muslim, he is for everyone in this world. Right? So this is the introduction of the topic. Looking like, I was just thinking, she is not a Muslim, but even then she came to this conclusion. And we Muslims, we had bare knowledge about the Prophet. How much have we studied about the seerah? How much? I ask you. If I ask you, give me 15 events of the seerah, give me 15 events, right? The people, majority of us, would not even know what happened with the Prophet. How was he born? What were some of the conditions that were there? Who were some of the enemies that were really detrimental to the message of Islam? What were some of the wars he fought? Did he go in every war, or he used to dispatch other people too? All these details, we're completely oblivious of it, unfortunately. And it's not that we don't have the resources. We have so many resources in every language. Arabic, of course, I'm not even talking about that language, but people that belong to the Persian community, right, that have the Persian background, that can understand Persian, how much they know about the Prophet? How much we people that belong from the Urdu background, or we know Urdu, how much have we read in Urdu? We have so many beautiful books about the seerah, right, that are written by our Shia scholars, but we haven't come across them. We haven't even studied them. I think we should have, and unfortunately, this is one of the things that I had in my mind. If you go to the Sunni mosque, right, they generally would talk about the seerah of the Prophet, and they would not have one lecture. They would not have 2 lectures. They would not have 20 lectures. Some of them would have over 100 lectures about the Prophet, about the seerah of the Prophet. 100 lectures over in English about the seerah of the Prophet. So imagine one of our Shia kids wants to learn about the Prophet. Would he have any resources within the Shia literature or the Shia videos or audios? I can give you one example in Urdu, of course. Moulana Sadiq Hassan. We all know Moulana Sadiq Hassan, right? Moulana Sadiq Hassan has over 200 lectures only on the seerah of the Prophet. It's still available online in MP3. You can still download them and you can still listen to them in Urdu, right? Hopefully we would have in Persian too, but how much we have in English, how much we actually study about the Prophet, that's a question that should come into the minds of us. That's why any objection that comes in, any shubha that comes in regarding the life of the Prophet, and we don't know the answer. The shubha comes in about why Prophet married to the wife of Zayd ibn Haris, why did he marry to Zainab? We don't have an answer. What happened with Banu Qurayza? How were they being treated? Prophet was really merciless towards them. He massacred them. We don't have an answer. Why? We don't study, unfortunately. If we would study about some of the minutest detail of what happened with the Prophet, we would be able to answer each and every accusation that would come in our line. But unfortunate completely, right? So inshallah, in today's lecture, I would really want you to understand how important Prophet is for us. How important he is for us. But before we do so, we should remember one thing. The message that Allah has, the name of that message is what? Islam. This is not something new that started 1400 years back. It is something that started with the creation. As soon as Adam alayhi salatu wassalam was created, Allah presented him with Islam. Adam alayhi salatu wassalam propagated Islam. After Adam, Shees came in, he propagated about Islam. Nuh alayhi salatu wassalam, he came in, they all preach about Islam. Right? That's why you have this verse. Inna deena indallahi Islam. Only one religion is acceptable to Allah Almighty. What? Islam. What does Allah say in another surah? وَمَنْ يَبْتَغِي غَيْرَ الْإِسْلَامِ دِينًا فَلَنْ يُقْبَلَ مِنْهُ. If anyone wants to seek any other religion, if anyone wants to beseech any religion other than Islam, it wouldn't be accepted. Right? So this divine message It started from Adam alayhi salatu wassalam. How about Ibrahim alayhi salatu wassalam? How about Yaqub alayhi salatu wassalam? How about Yusuf alayhi salatu wassalam? Were they Muslims or were they non-Muslim belonging to another religion? Quran is really clear. Quran says that they were all Muslims. What does Allah says in Quran? Ma kana Ibrahimu Yahudiyan wala Nasraniya walakin kana Hanifan Muslima wama kana min al-mushrikeen. That Ibrahim alayhi salatu wassalam was neither a Jew nor a Christian. Rather, he was someone to associate partners with the divinity of Allah Almighty. That's the message. Ibrahim, Muslim. What does Allah say? فَاتَّبِعُوا مِلَّةَ إِبْرَاهِيمَ حَنِيفًا وَمَا كَانَ مِنَ الْمُشْرِكِينَ. Even everyone, Christians, you want to follow someone, follow Ibrahim. Jew, you want to follow someone, follow Ibrahim. Everyone in this world, if you want to follow someone, you all should follow Ibrahim, Hanifa, who was completely devoted and he didn't used to commit shirk. Right? Second verse, third verse. And this time, Yusuf alayhi salatu wassalam is talking. I really want all of you to just concentrate on these verses. This message, the message of the Prophet Muhammad, is not something new. It just doesn't came in 1400 years back and there was no precedent about this message. This message is as old as the creation, and I will keep repeating this, right? So we have two verses. The third verse is what? The third verse is about Yusuf alayhi salatu wassalam. Yusuf is having conversation with the people in prison. And what does Yusuf say? وَاتَّبَعْتُ مِلَّةَ آبَائِ إِبْرَاهِيمَ وَإِسْحَاقَ وَيَعْقُوبَ. Look, you want to know who I am? I follow the millat. I follow the path of my grandfathers. Who? Ibrahim. Who? Ishaq. Who? Yaqub alayhi salatu wassalam. Right? One message. Another verse. And this verse talks about Prophet Yaqub alayhi salam. What is Prophet Yaqub being known? Prophet Israel. He's called Israel, right? One of the title of Prophet Yaqub is what? Israel, right? So in English they say Prophet Yaqub as Prophet Jacob, right? And Prophet Yusuf as Prophet Joseph, right? So sometimes I just want to give you a little bit basic information in case if you come across these names should not be new to you, right? Likewise, Prophet Yaqub alayhi salatu wasalam, Allah is saying, Am kuntum shuhada'a idh hadara Yaqubul maut. Oh, you people, you Bani Israel, were you present at the time when Yaqub alayhi salatu wassalam was about to die? Is hadara Yaqub al-maut? Is qala li banihi ma ta'buduna ba'di. When he said to his sons, who would you worship after me? There were 12 sons of Yaqub alayhi salatu wasalam. So Yaqub is having conversation right at the deathbed, right when he's about to die. He asks, who would you follow? Oh, you the people. They say, Na'budu ilahak wa ilaha abaika Ibrahima wa Ismaila wa Ishaqa ilahan wahida wa nahnu lahu muslimun. That we would worship your God and we would also worship the God of your fathers. Who? Ibrahim, Ismail and Ishaq. Ilahun wahida, only one God. Wa nahnu lahu muslimun. And we all are submissive towards one Allah. One message. Same message for Ibrahim. Same message for Ismail, for Ishaq, for everyone. Even Ibrahim is said to be what? Ibrahim is said to be Shia of Nuh alayhi salatu wassalam. Wa inna min shi'atihi la Ibrahim. Within the Shias, within the followers of Nuh, who was the follower of Nuh? Ibrahim alayhi salatu wassalam. So do you follow me? That we have one message. The one message is starting from Adam all the way till Khatam. Right? So this message was being propagated. Now, Why are we emphasizing that we should follow Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wa alihi wa sallam? Salawatullah. And how much relevant he is for today's age. You know, one of the ayah that you go and you read, there's several ayats. Inshallah, I'm going to quote one by one. The why is Prophet Muhammad even for today. The first ayah says, تبارك الذي نزل الفرقان على عبده ليكون للعالمين نذيرا. That blessed is that personality, blessed is the one that sent criterion to his servant so that he could be a source of warning for the whole nations. للعالمين نذيرا. Prophet could have been said, للمسلمين نذيرا, للبني إسرائيل نذيرا, للحجازيين نذيرا, للعربيين نذيرا. No, not for Arabs, not for the Hijazis, not for the Saudis, not for the Iranians. He is a nadhir, he is a source of guidance for everyone existing in this world. للعالمين نذيرا. And that's why one of the proof that we have, you would have all studied this. Basically, I'm coming from Pakistan, so we were taught a little bit Islamiyat, right? When we were taught Islamiyat, we also used to come across some of the historical events that happened with the Prophet. So Prophet sent letters to whom? Prophet sent letter to the people living in Rome, right? People living in Byzantine Empire. Prophet sent a letter to the Qaisar there, the head of the state there. If he was only for the people of that time or only to the Arabs, why was he sending a letter to the Romans? He also sent a letter to the Persian Empire, to the head of the Persian. It was called what? Khosrow Parvez, right? So Prophet sent a letter to the Iranian nation too. Prophet sent a letter to Ethiopian nation too. It used to be called what? Habasha, right? So Prophet sent a letter to Najashi there too. Prophet also sent a letter to Egyptians. Makukas, right? Even if you go and search about this personality, this was a title that was given to the head of the Egyptian people at that time. Makukas in Iskandaria, Alexandria as they say, right? So even if you search at Alexandria, it's still a city in Egypt. Prophet sent a letter there too. Prophet also sent a letter to the people of Sham. At that time, Sham was not a Muslim. Sham at that time was a Christian area. Prophet sent a letter to the head of the people there too. His name was what? He used to be called as what? Ghassani. Right? Likewise, Prophet also sent a letter to the people of Yamama. Yamama is to the south of Makkah, the south of Medina. It's close to the Yemeni border, right? The Yemeni border there. Prophet also sent a letter to there too. So you see, Prophet is not only sending letters to the people that were living, the tribes that were living near there. Prophet was sending letters to everyone across. And if I would have more detail, I could have gone through the content of the letter. I could have gone through what Prophet was saying in those letters. Prophet was not only for the people at that time. Prophet was for everyone. Likewise, I read the ayah, the first one. What does it say? وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا كَافَةً لِلنَّاسِ بَشِيرًا وَنَذِيرًا. That, oh you Muhammad, I have not sent you, but I have sent you to everyone on the earth as a giving of glad tidings and also someone to warn. So Prophet, one thing that he used to do is to give glad tidings to the people, Bashir, and he is also supposed to warn the people about doing the wrong deeds. That's why he's called what? Nadhir. وَلَكِنَّ أَكْثَرَ النَّاسِ لَا يَعْلَمُونَ. But most of the people in this world, they don't know this reality. That's why you have hadith from Imam Sadiq alayhi salatu wassalam, when Imam was being asked about the tafsir of this ayah. Please try to concentrate. When Imam was asked about the tafsir of this ayah, Imam said that when you want to know who the Prophet was sent to? He was sent to ilal abyadi wal aswad. He was sent to everyone. He was sent to ila samai wal ardi min al jinni wal nasi wal ahl al sharqi wal gharbi. The Prophet was sent to the people of East. Prophet was sent to the people of West. Prophet was sent to the people living here. Prophet was sent to the people that were living in the skies. Prophet was sent to the human beings. And Prophet was also sent to the jinns. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. So do you see? Where does the nabuwah of the Prophet goes? It covers everyone. Covers everyone that you can possibly think. That's why when Surah Al-Kafirun was revealed, Prophet says, Ursiltu kafatan linnas. I'm sent to every human being in this earth. Ilal abyadi wal aswadi. I'm being sent to the white people, and I'm also sent to the black people. Waliman salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. And Prophet said that I am being sent to the people living on the mountains, and I'm also sent to the people living in the water. وَمَنْ فِي اللُّجْجِ الْبَحَارِ. Imagine. I used to think the Prophet is only sent for the people on the land. No, Prophet is saying there are creatures inside the sea too. If they believe in any Prophet, it is me that they believe in. وَلَا أَدْوُ عَنَّا سَنَةً فَارِسَ وَرَوْمٍ. That one day would come that my message would also go to the people living in Iran and to people living in West. Prophet is saying this. How much efforts we have done to communicate this message of Islam to the people of West? How much? Isn't it a shame that when I go, like I will tell you from my experience, and my experience was really bitter. I went like 7-8 years back in downtown Toronto, right? When I went there, there's a famous square there that's called Eton Square, right? When you go there, Dundas Square it's called. It's a prime place where people would actually go if they want to visit downtown Toronto, right? There I saw, there were Salafis that were preaching there. And guess what? These Salafis were from where? These Salafis were from an area which is completely unknown to us. They were living in West Indies, in Caribbean. Imagine the Caribbean Salafis. They were preaching the message of Salafism in downtown Toronto. And what we did? Fights, pulling the legs, backbiting others, having dispute that who should read and who shouldn't read. Small things. They have gone too far and we're still fighting on small things. Unfortunate. So when you come across a non-Muslim, why do you have most non-Muslims converting to Salafi Islam? Why? Because they are proactive in teaching. Why do you have most atheists, when they convert into evangelical Christianity? Why? Because they go and preach. They are just not sitting on their sofas every Saturday and Sunday and doing nothing. They go physically and preach. Am I saying it's the right thing to do? No, we should have further discussions. We should have a group of scholars, group of people that are interested, and we should come with a uniform policy. But at least we should do something online. How much have you done online? How much efforts you have done in order to preach them? Have you ever introduced one of your colleagues in the work what Islam is? Who the Prophet was? You can do with basic things. You know, I'm coming from Toronto. They have done a beautiful thing. They have taken the chocolates and they have written the message about the Prophet on those chocolates. You can buy 3 chocolates for $10 and you can give it to one of your colleagues at the work. So it will have a short message and it will say, if you want more information, visit this website. We can do here too, of course. I know it's a smaller city, but you start with something small and then you go big. How much, what we have done? Nothing, right? MashaAllah, when I say we, I mean we are the Shias. Not we the people of Saskatoon, not we people of Saskatchewan, not we the people of Canada. We the Shias in general. Someone living in Iraq, someone living in Iran, in Afghanistan, in Pakistan, what we have done. How much we have done the efforts to introduce what Islam is to non-Muslims. Our whole struggle is to disapprove them wrong and do nothing here. Okay, how many people are actually listening the message from this member? How many? Tell me. 20 people, you guys sitting in, maybe 30, 40, 50, maybe some online. That's it? How would you be able to aggravate your message and give it to the larger audience? How many of us are really good in technology, but we don't use that technology for Islamic purposes? Look, I'm not a really good one with technology, but I can give you a few lectures. So if I'm giving the lectures, someone else can help me do a little bit about the technology thing too. Make some good videos, some good background, some good voice and editing and whatnot. Not promoting myself. I have a team in Pakistan, alhamdulillah. I don't need any help here. But I'm just saying, a lot of speakers, they're so good in presenting their arguments. They're so good when it comes to giving the message. But they just don't have enough team that they can have in order to propagate their message more inclusively and to a bigger audience. We all need to combine our resources. Someone might be good in technology. Someone might be good in social media. Someone might be good in marketing. Ya Allah, you combine all your resources and present it combinedly to the people. Right? That's why you have this message. What does the message say? Allah says, قُلْ يَا أَيُّهَا النَّاسِ إِنِّي رَسُولُ اللَّهِ إِلَيْكُمْ جَمِيعًا. Allah is saying that, O Muhammad, O Prophet, say to the people, what? That I am the messenger, I am the Prophet of Allah to all of you. Jami'a. Not only for people here, but for everyone. And this is not something that is only mentioned in Quran. There's a riwayah that is quoted from Sayyida Zahra, salamullah alayha, salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Beautiful riwayah. What does Sayyida Zahra say? Sayyida Zahra said that I heard my father saying that, O people, I am messenger towards all of you. Ya ayyuhan nas, inni rasulullahi ilaykum jami'a, wa inna as-sa'ida, hakka as-sa'ida, kulla as-sa'ida, man ahabba aliyan fi hayatihi wa ba'da mamatihi. That I am messenger towards all of you, and you want to know who is the blessed person, who is the most successful person, who is the superlative degree of the successful person. It is that person who would love Amirul Mu'mineen during the life of Amirul Mu'mineen and also after the martyrdom of Amirul Mu'mineen. So see, when Prophet was giving this message, Prophet also included Amirul Mu'mineen with him. Right? So these were some of the verses, and finally we have this beautiful verse. وَمَا أَرْسَلْنَاكَ إِلَّا رَحْمَةً لِلْعَالَمِينَ. That, O Muhammad, we have not sent you, but a mercy for whole humankind, for whole universe. So Prophet is not only a rahmat for the people living on earth. Prophet is rahmat for everyone that can possibly think. MashaAllah, our Dhakirin say a beautiful thing, and I always quote this. You want to know how big the universe of Allah is? Then you should ponder over this verse, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. If Allah is sustainer for all the creation in this universe, so wherever the divinity of Allah goes, till that place the rahmat of Rasulullah goes. That's why when there's a riwayah in Al-Kafi, the riwayah in Al-Kafi says what? Allah is talking to Prophet Isa alayhi salatu wassalam. And Allah says, Yabna Isa, Yabna Maryam, al-Bikr al-Batul. O you son of Maryam, someone who was virgin, someone who was protected by Allah. Usika bi-Sayyid al-Mursaleen wa Habibi. I'm giving you an advice regarding the leaders of all the prophets, leader of all the prophets, and my closest person on the earth. Then Allah mentions some of the traits of the Prophet. فَهُوَ مُحَمَّدٌ صَاحِبُ جَمَلِ الْأَحْمَرِ. His name would be Muhammad. He would sit on a red camel. وَالْوَجْهِ الْأَكْمَرِ. And his face would shine like a moon. الشديد الباس الطاهر القلب. And he would be someone with a really pure heart, and he would be really strong against the enemy of Allah. Al-Hayy al-Mutakarrim. Someone who would be alive and someone who will be really respected. فَإِنَّهُ رَحْمَةٌ لِلْعَالَمِينَ وَسَيَّدُ وُلِدِ آدَمَ. And he would be a mercy for the whole universe, and he would be the master of every human person, every human being coming in this world. Sayyidu Wulidi Adam. Every son of Adam, if he has a master, it is Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam. And finally, the verse that we have. The verse is the verse of Khatmun Nabuwah. The last message that came in, the last message is already being delivered. Already being delivered. وَمَا مُحَمَّدٌ أَبَا أَحَدِ رِجَالِكُمْ. The Prophet is not the father of any of you men. وَلَكِنَّ رَسُولَ اللَّهِ وَخَاتَمَ النَّبِيِّينَ. The Prophet is only a messenger of Allah and the seal of the Prophet, the seal. Someone who finishes the prophethood, and Prophet is the personality where all the messages that Allah sent, the divine messages that came in, they all got ended with the coming of the Prophet. Now, if there is a guide for everyone, it is only through the Prophet. If you want to get guidance, you can only get it through Prophet. If you want to be close to Allah, you can only be close to Allah by following Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And I was just going through the tafsir of this surah and this verse specifically. It said a really ajib tradition, right? Something that really amazed me. Prophet is having conversation with Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salatu wassalam. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. I'm not going to take a lot of the time, but I'm going to just finish it in a few minutes, inshallah. I know the time has already passed and you guys have to go tomorrow, but just like one or two reports from Ahlul Bayt, and then inshallah we'll finish. Prophet is having conversation with Amir al-Mu'mineen. Prophet says, Ya Ali, ma sa'altu Allah, ya ma sa'altu Rabbi shay'an, illa sa'altu laka Rabbi mithlahu. That, oh Ali, I don't ask anything for myself, but I ask the same thing for you too. Every merit that Allah has given me, I ask Allah to give you the same merit too. Do you get my point? So whatever you can think about the spiritual status, the spiritual loftiness that Prophet was given, same thing Amir al-Mu'mineen alayhi salatu wasalam is given to. Same thing. But then Prophet says, yes, Ali, there's one exception. And that one exception is what? Qala Rabbi, my Lord said to me, La nabuwata ba'dak. There is no prophethood after you, which means Ali can never be a prophet. We sure? Ali is not a prophet. But Anta khatimun nabiyyin wa aliyun khatimul wasiyyin. That you are the seal of the prophets and Ali is the seal of the awsiya, of the helpers that would follow the prophets. So if there is one Khatamul Nabiyyin, there's also only one Khatamul Wasiyyin, which is Amirul Mu'mineen alayhi salatu wassalam. That's why when Prophet was having conversation with Anas ibn Malik, I think I have quoted this person who is Anas ibn Malik. We all know he's one of the companion of the Prophet, someone who didn't have a really favorable view towards Amir al-Mu'mineen, someone who didn't used to love Amir al-Mu'mineen the way he was supposed to, but still someone that had some sort of relationship with the Prophet. So Prophet says, Ya Anas, yadkhulu alayka rajulun, that a person would enter in the house. Then Prophet mentioned 4 traits and 4 titles of that person. Prophet says, Huwa Amirul Mu'mineen, wa Sayyidul Mursaleen, wa Qa'idul Ghurril Muhajjalin, wa Khatumul Wasiyyin. That who would be the person? That person would be the masters of all Muslims, master of all Muslims. He would be the commander of the believers. He would be the head of the people on the day of judgment that would have wide foreheads, muhajjalin, that would be going to the Jannat. Wa khatimul wasiyyin, and he's the one that is among the last of the deputies of the Prophet. Khatimul wasiyyin. So inshallah, with this, we would end our lecture with this dua and with this supplication from Allah Almighty that, Ya Allah, please accept our hajat. Ya Allah, please accept whatever small deed that we have done by the wasila of Muhammad wa Ali Muhammad. And Ya Allah, please forgive our marhumin. And Ya Allah, make us among the closest people towards the Prophet and towards his Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam. Wa sallallahu ala Muhammad wa alihi at-tahirin.